The show where there are no penalties, nothing is offside, and everything is fair game. This is The Gloves Are Off.
Welcome to this week's edition of The Gloves Are Off. I am your guest host, Kyle Galver. Moses, still on vacation. He is out of the country. Matt Schumann, he's gone too. As for Greg Buchanan, he is not here either, but we still have an all-star lineup for you. Riding shotgun with me today is New Cap News and late night sports anchor Nerman Issa. How's it feeling to be here? Finally in the co-pilot chair.
I'm excited. I've been on the show before, but I think this might be the first time I was co-pilot. Maybe not. I don't know. But I know I've been on the show.
All right, she just happened to be here. And our guest for today, Lloydminster Source sports editor, local realtor, and resident know-it-all, Andrew Brethauer is in the house today. Thanks for joining us, Andrew.
She's more excited to be with me.
That's how it honestly goes. All right, so we'll just jump right into these topics here because I'm sure you guys will bicker the entire show. So we'll start off with CBCA. We're just coming off a very exciting weekend in Wainwright. Jamie Laboucaine, Wainwright champion, had a great solid running in the weekend. Just I know you had a chance to speak with him. We'll start with Andrew on this one. You had a chance to speak with him for your Barrel to Poach. Just what are his thoughts and just how is he doing?
He's excited to be finally winning this race. He's been the most kind of inconsistent. First week 36th, then 4th, then 11th, now 1st. So he's happy to finally get that into that win column. Plus also with Calgary coming up in about 2 weeks, he's happy to finally get that peak and be ready to go for Calgary.
And I mean, we have Onion Lake 5 days starting on Wednesday. I mean, this is a pretty big weekend. Not only is it the last show before Calgary, so it's the last chance to get the horses in, but there's also $150,000 being given out over the 5 days. So just what do you think the excitement level is for drivers there, Nerman?
Well, it's got to be, of course, anytime you're racing for cash, you're going to be excited. But this is one of the last times you can get racing in before the big show, right? So it's going to be exciting. And guys, especially those who came second or third, they're going to want to do something. You have 5 days to try and compete, so I don't think it's going to be so bad.
And a lot of guys, especially the mid-swings, their whole thing is, they've slowly been building towards weekends like this, kind of the money show, so it also gets their outfits out, and this is the first show of the year where they get to go 4 wagons wide on the track. So my question for you guys is who is going to be the Onion Lake champion?
I don't want to go with one of the bigger names I've won. I kind of want to go for a dark horse here, so. Do you already have your answer? Because
I don't either.
You know what? He's not a dark horse by any means. I'm going to say Vernolan.
Vernolan just coming off the Dewberry Championships already going. That's a solid one.
And I'm going with probably one of the most consistent. I'm going to go with Brian Laboucaine. He's going to pick up a second one. I think it's a storybook season for him, so he's going to continue it on.
Can I get a second one in? Can I get my dark horse?
All right, let's hear the other one.
Let's take Chris Smalley.
Chris Smalley, that was actually my choice too. Solid weekend in Wainwright, just a couple penalties cut him from actually 2 straight day money. So I can see Chris Smalley being one to watch for sure. So we're moving on. We'll stay local. We'll go from the track to the diamond. Northwest Prairie Pirates. This is their very first year, I guess, in the league, midget AAA Saskatchewan Premier Baseball League. Just what do you think it is? They're doing pretty good. They've got about the 3rd or 4th best winning percentage. They're 8-4 through 12 games. Just what's it like to see a brand new team have success like that?
It's nice for this team that they've gotten all their players back, and they've for the first through 50 games, 500. They're 500 through the first 8 games of the season, so it's nice for them to finally have the pitching. They have Blake Robertson, they have Rhett Frazier back, so this is a team that's building and they're just getting better. So that's the really big thing about this team is that how good they are now and how good they're going to be in a couple weeks or so, because all the guys from the academies are coming back, and this is a team that could possibly win this league. They're thinking middle of the pack, but this is a third place team right now. Possibly could be first after this weekend.
And it's nice to be able to see that they haven't had a lot of time to gel together, especially when you have rainouts and stuff like that. We've had some terrible weather the last few weeks, so it is nice to see that they are finding success. And I'm going to say a lot of it has to do with Chris King. We were talking about that. That guy has his hands in almost everything, whether it's Rustlers, whether it's his Pirates. He kind of fills in sometimes with Border City Blue Jays. He's all over the place, but he just does it so well. And I do think a lot of it has to do with how Chris King handles it.
I would agree. I think Chris Katema did a very well thing. We'll stick locally over the weekend here. The Zone 7 Alberta football team had their camps. Now, I don't want to talk about the football so much, but I want to talk about just the fact that Zone 7 is so big and it expands really from the territories down to Provost, almost as far as Edmonton if you go that way. So just do you think it makes a big difference when you're picking these teams where the players are coming from?
It makes a huge difference, I guess, and we'll talk about football for a second. It does when they have guys from Fort McMurray, Wainwright, Vegreville, Bonnyville, Lloydminster. You have to try and pull all these people together in 4 practices and maybe a tournament depending on the sport. Softball's the same thing. Softball, though, went Lloydminster, Provost, and Irma, so they have 3 cities and that's it. So it's a little bit easier for them to kind of get everybody together. But to pull a team together like that for football, it's it's a challenge when you go up against teams like Edmonton, go up against Calgary, where it's just they can throw practices all they want.
Yeah. Pros, you find the best athletes. You got a larger population to choose from. Of course, the cons. How do you gel? How do you work together as a team? If this guy, you're coming from the Yukon, trying to come to the prairies, to practice, that takes a lot of work.
And I mean, Darren Posse did say that they did make players from Fort Mackinac sign commitment letters. So I guess as long as you have the players who are committed from the beginning, it would be easier. And we'll kind of stay Hartnell, or stay local. He is from here, Scott Hartnell. Funny, you just talked to him last week about being traded. He said he was happy with the Flyers. All of a sudden yesterday, he's out going to Columbus for RJ Umberger and a pick. So just what do you guys think of the trade?
Okay, so I would like to apologize to Scott Hartnell's fan base, basically. Yes, I interviewed him a week later. He gets traded. I kind of see it's not a bad deal, but it's not the greatest deal, whether it's cap issues or there's something else. But something had to give because he has to waive his no trade clause, and so why to Columbus, or why did he waive that? And you kind of have to. And of course, we tried to get a hold of him. No response, right? But it's just that's probably I think what a lot of people are questioning is. He waived it. Why? What is it in Philadelphia? Did the team, was it kind of mutual, or the team like, listen, this is what's going to happen kind of thing? You just got to agree with it. Who knows? I like Columbus. I know you don't like Columbus. This is what happened in the playoff run, how they gave him a scare. But I know, but they gave him a scare, and I think they scarred them for the rest of the playoffs. But I like Columbus, and I'd like to see them succeed. And I like Hartnell, so if they can try and work some sort of magic, yeah.
Andrew, you have about 20 seconds.
It will be interesting to see why he left this team, but I don't understand this deal. The cap does not matter. Like Umberger makes 4.6, Hartnell makes 4.7. Umberger brings no offense more than what Hartnell is. Hartnell's a leader in that Philadelphia locker room. I don't understand the trade. I don't see how it benefits either team. It's going to benefit, I think, more Columbus than it's going to Philadelphia.
Those goalie GMs.
I'm going to have to stop you guys there. All right, we will be right back with Gloves Are Off. We'll be talking more hockey when we come back.